Have you ever said to yourself one of the following things? I want to homeschool, but I could never homeschool because I don't have the time. I need an income. My kids drive me crazy. I don't have the patience. I'm not smart enough to teach higher level math. I just can't because there's not enough hours in the day. All of these reasons are valid reasons to not homeschool, but I know a lot of us want to homeschool or want to at least try homeschooling, but we let these excuses or reasons hold us back from trying. And so today I thought I would take you guys along on a little journey of how I had all of these reasons in my head for why I didn't want to homeschool and how I have overcome those to now be homeschooling. If you are new here, hi, my name is Sarah and I have this channel called Work Life Glue where I love to show how we create balance that sticks in our family. We are a family of 5. My husband is a busy chef. I am a daycare provider turned online entrepreneur who now homeschools full-time, runs an online business in the nooks and crannies of my day, and I just love helping other moms create balance that sticks in their lives. I love to share tips, tricks, ideas, share how I get it all done and how you can too, and just really make time for the things that matter the most in your life. I have a podcast, I have this channel, and I also have Instagram, plus I am starting a subscription box, which I will talk about later on in this video. So let's jump into those reasons why people say they can't homeschool. I think reason number 1 is why most people just don't even think about homeschooling because they have to work, and so they say I can't homeschool because I have to have an income. And while this is very valid, speaking for my own family, we need more than just my husband's income to live the way we want to live, and so we definitely have to have a second income. But I really rearranged things in my life from the first time we had our first baby to make an income from home. So I used to run a daycare in our home. I've nannied in the past when my first daughter was first born, before I started my daycare. And then now I run this online business that I started in the nooks and crannies of my day, and it has grown over time to help fill that need of needing an income. So with every statement of I can't, I want to turn it into an I can, to kind of give you guys a sense of how you can reframe this in your mind. So instead of saying I can't homeschool because I have to have an income, you could change it to I can live on less, I can be more mindful of our spending, and I can find a way to work in the nooks and crannies of our day. So this is just saying if you really do want to homeschool but you need an income, what could you do? Think outside the box to work from home or work on the opposite schedule of your partner so that somebody's always home, but you are able to homeschool. So many families make it work on a 2-parent working family being able to still homeschool. So just think outside the box if this is something you really want to do, and don't discount it just because you need 2 incomes to work. Number 2, this is probably the most cited reason why people are against homeschooling, and that is I can't homeschool because my kids need socialization. Let's be real. Obviously, all children need socialization, all humans need socialization, but going to a school and being with peers the exact same age as them, the same peers every single day from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day is not the only type of socialization out there. So how can we reframe this? I can socialize my children in other ways, like spending time with family, spending time with friends, having play dates, going to a co-op, going and doing activities, joining sports with other kids, looking at our sibling relationships as also important socialization relationships for your kids. There's not one right way to socialize your children, and they don't have to go to school to get proper socialization. Number 3, I can't homeschool because it's just too hard with little kids underfoot. I get it. I've got 2 other little daughters. My children are ages 6, 4, and 1, and it can be really hard to work around their schedules with napping and to deal with them not being able to sit and do math and language arts and all of those things like my oldest daughter who's in 1st grade does. But we can reframe this in our mind and make it work for our family. That's one of the beautiful things about homeschooling, is you can do it however it works for you and your family and your needs in this season. So instead of I can't, we could say I can work around my little one's schedules and nap times, and I can find unique, resourceful, proactive ways to keep them engaged while I am working with the older children. So there's so many different ways to do this. I've been talking about this on my channel here and there when I've shared my homeschooling videos, but having like a bin that they can go to every day that maybe has different items in it each day of the week, or having drawers, like a little plastic drawer thing where they can pull out the different drawers and find activities. Maybe you are homeschooling while the little ones are napping. Maybe you wait for your partner to be home, and so that, you know, you can focus on the older kids and the little ones can go to the park or just be watched by the other partner. There's so many ways to make this work. I don't think that should be a great reason to not homeschool, because every family makes it work. Most of us that start from the beginning have littler kids, and we find a way to make it work. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but if your purpose behind wanting to homeschool is big enough, it's worth getting through those challenges and finding ways to make it work for you. 4, I can't homeschool because it will be too time consuming. I totally get it, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom and your kids are at school most of the time. I know during the pandemic, we all kind of got a taste of what school at home can be like, but don't let that dictate what homeschooling is like, because especially if they were doing virtual schooling, online schooling through their school, that the school was trying to figure out what they were doing. Homeschooling does not have to look like that. In most cases it doesn't, because you're not on a screen all the time. You don't have certain times you need to be on the computer or anything like that. You can make it work. You can go to the park, you can do it here, you can do it there, you can sprinkle it in throughout the day to make it fit. You don't have to do it all in one lump, and it doesn't have to take a long time, especially in the younger years. So instead of I can't homeschool because it's too time consuming, we can say I can outsource things so I have more time in my day. I can look at every opportunity as a learning opportunity for my kids. So instead of math at home, maybe we're going and adding up stuff at Target that day, so we don't even have to have a lesson. We're kind of multitasking, double dipping, learning with actual activities you need to do. And I can remember that at the younger ages, it doesn't take 7 hours a day, more like an hour, 2 hours max. And even at the older ages, it doesn't have to take all day. You can make it work for your family. Number 5, I can't homeschool because I don't have the patience to teach my kids. Yes, I am right there with you. This one's really hard, but this and a couple others are ones that I've really had to reframe in my mind, because it's so easy to say I can't, it would be too hard, I don't have the patience, and just write it off. And instead realize this would be a great learning opportunity for you as a parent, as a human being, to grow in that area. So for me, I've really had to change it in my mind. I can't homeschool because I don't have the patience to. I can practice patience and use this as an opportunity to get better in that area. When you force yourself to do these things, you can either just hate your life, or you can learn to get better and really try to use different tips and tools and things, restructure your day, work with your child, talk to your child, and find ways to learn this skill together. And they're seeing you grow as a person, and you're helping them grow as a person, and it can be a really beautiful thing to struggle through that together. So I just think changing the mindset of I can practice, I can work on this and become better is really helpful. I can't homeschool because I can't teach higher level fill in the blank, math, science, language arts, reading, writing, whatever it is. A lot of us feel overwhelmed when we think, oh my goodness, I can't homeschool because I'm gonna have to teach calculus, and I didn't even take calculus. Like, it's very easy to go there and think long term, but remember, you can homeschool because, first of all, if you're watching this, chances are your kids are not at senior year of high school. Maybe they are, but most of us have younger kids, so you can meet your child where they're at right now and worry about the future when you get there. I can look at ways to outsource anything that's too difficult for me or that I don't feel I am equipped enough to teach. There are a bazillion resources out there, online, in-person, tutoring, classes, videos, courses. Like, there are so many ways to find teachers and knowledge and information and teaching in today's day and age that don't let that one subject overwhelm you, especially when you're not even anywhere near that age yet. You don't even know where life's going to be in 2 years, let alone 13 or 12 or 10. So don't get ahead of yourself and start thinking about that. Think about what you can do right now, and just remember that you can outsource those things. You can ask for help, and you can change course in the future. You don't have to homeschool forever. maybe you just want to try it out and see how it works for your family, and maybe one day you'll pick something different. You don't have to be committed to any schooling choice forever. And lastly, this was my biggest reason and biggest hesitation, and that is I can't homeschool because my kids drive me crazy. Now don't get me wrong, I love my kids. I've been with them all since day one. I have never worked outside the home without my kids with me. So I obviously am around them a lot. I'm used to them. I love them. But I don't know a single parent whose kids don't drive them crazy ever. It's just part of parenthood. So I feel that, especially last year, my oldest was in public school, and I feel that because she was gone, that was the most she had ever been gone from me in her entire life, was when she went to public school for the first time. And she was gone 6.5, 7 hours every day, and I noticed some behavior issues at night and behavior issues on the weekend. But looking back, I can realize I just kind of tuned those out. I didn't deal with them like I would have had I had to deal with them 24/7. I think because I got that big break, I kind of just said, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's only happening for 2 hours at night, or on the weekends we're go, 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 so I'm not noticing the issues then. And so I was able to kind of sweep it under the rug. I'm not saying that every parent does this. This is just what I noticed. So when I decided I do want to homeschool, I want to try it and see how it goes, I really had to stop and realize that this is going to be a great learning opportunity for us. So instead of I can't homeschool, my kids drive me crazy, I have turned it into I can work on my parenting, I can be proactive, I can spend less time on my phone, spend less time trying to do stuff around the house, and really focus on my kids during the season. I can build in bonding time with them, one-on-one time with them into our days, so that they're getting their cups filled up, so they're not trying to constantly get attention by not being so nice to each other. And I can remember that it's just one day at a time, and it will get better over time if we stay committed. So like I said, this is not saying that any parent who works outside the home or whose kids go to school are putting the behaviors under the rug. I just noticed I was, and I think talking about that can maybe help others reflect on maybe different things you could spend more time focusing on, because really with stuff like that, reading a book is great, but actually practicing it is what's most important. And you can do that in a couple hours a day. You can do that here and there. But I just noticed I wasn't doing that, and I was letting it hold me back from homeschooling because I thought I would go crazy with my kids around me 24/7 and trying to school and all of that stuff. But I've just noticed, like a little over a month into it now, that because we're doing it every day, we have to find a way to make it work. And so I'm working on these things a lot more than I did last year when it wasn't an issue all day like it is now. I hope that made sense. I would love to know in the comments, because I'm sure there's many, many, many more reasons why people may want to homeschool but are telling themselves they can't. So leave those in the comments and we'll keep the conversation going down there. If you like this video and you want to learn more tips, learn more tricks, maybe have a whole mom community, I want to talk to you guys about my subscription box coming out in January. If you want to learn more, you can click on the link in the description and be part of my email list. It's a subscription box for busy moms. It has practical products, parenting products, pampering products for moms to help surround you and help you work on one area of your life every month as a community. There's a whole community aspect to it as well online. There will be online training by an expert every month, and we will be just keeping each other accountable and working on each area of life together. I will have a whole video in the description if you want to learn more. And like I said, win 3 free boxes. If you join my email newsletter, I will have a giveaway on December 1st of 2021. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to have you as part of our Glue Stick family, so please subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.